He is just going through the hotel, and I love it too because he's zap happy on people.
Zap happy.
Did you see that there were people who weren't even fucking with him?
I know. One of them, somebody probably looks out their door and they go back inside like,
yeah,
oh,
one dude, he's like, man, I don't even know you, man. He's like, I don't give a fuck.
should have been here.
I'm wearing this long sleeve shirt right now, and it's warm out there, and I'm hot.
Yeah, but there's nothing on it.
It's nothing. Well, Martin, here's the thing.
It doesn't establish itself as anything.
Well, Martin, I would feel so much better if I had the proper attire on. You know, maybe something like a black cotton tee with this nice,
there you go,
cold, cool ass white double toasted logo on there. And they say, Corey, you look so sexy and you sell it so well that it's our best selling shirt. But they say there's many things that are close behind. doubletoasted.com. More specifically, DT merch. And let's go ahead and get into a little bit of the show here where we have a little bit of a review. Now, we're going to talk about a show that's been getting a lot of buzz. Black Lightning out there on the CW. Ain't nobody been looking forward to a CW show to this level like Black Lightning.
Hey, black heroes are the thing now.
Black heroes are the thing now. And it hasn't always been that way. I'm glad that you brought that up. Now we're getting out there. I know Black Panther's on the way, but that don't count. That's on the big screen. Let's just start with television because that's where it's been kind of sparse.
Sure.
And we've had
everybody gets a black sidekick.
Everybody gets a black sidekick. Are you part of a group or something? Because y'all know some of y'all say, "Oh, here y'all go again." Y'all always want something. You ain't satisfied with what you got. I mean, there's all kind of black heroes out there, Corey. Martin.
Name them.
Well, people are naming some right now. Some of the kids out there saying, man, I come home every day from class or school. I'm watching Cyborg on Teen Titans Go or...
Oh, if you're counting cartoons.
Yeah,
okay.
Well, the millennials out there, man, I grew up with the Black Power Ranger.
Sure.
You know, man, there go a couple right there. But here's the thing. As we were just saying, you know, they on a team. They ain't got their own show.
Right.
You know, they might get an episode. But they ain't got, you know, they don't have no real spinoff. They don't have their own show. Oh, but y'all are saying, yeah, well, funny how you have selective memory, Corey. What about your boy Static Shock? Got a whole series behind him.
Yeah.
Yes, no, he does. He does, and that's cool. Hey, listen, I'm not saying that these don't count, but they're not getting their own thing really when you think about it to a certain level. And I do count these. I mean, he has his own show. And to show you I'm being fair, I'm going back.
Because the only one I can think of is Mantis.
Well, Martin, hold up. You jumping ahead here. I got something else for you. Just scale
I don't
back.
know what you got.
Here, Martin, take my hand, friend. Let me guide you. Let me guide you. I'll go back to as far as the 70s. If you really want to talk about black heroes, they got to a point, there was a segment on a certain show that I used to look forward to every Saturday.
I knew it.
Horny. I love the way Fat Albert the Gang used to watch that like black people. Wouldn't shut up. Yeah, shit.
That's us on there.
Shit, that's my motherfucker right there. Yeah. There's one white person in the room. Will you be quiet, please? Look, I'll take what we had, man, because it was goofy as fuck.
Man, come on. I mean, because like in the early seasons of Fat Albert, they would talk about the Brown Hornet just in passing. And he sounded like he was cool. And then once they started having these Brown Hornet segments, I was like, oh, well, they took all the mystery out of the character, and this is lame.
And plus, it was goofy as fuck.
Yeah.
Brown Hornet here. May I assist you?
Hey, Brown Hornet, what's happening?
He's like, are you fucking kidding me? Even the cartoon character, I did not edit that. He's like, really?
Talking ducks now?
Batman gets the Joker, and I get a talking duck, a knockoff Daffy Duck.
Who's wearing Martin the Martian's helmet.
Yeah. Really? Those are kids' properties, and that's cool, but when you get into adult fare, that's when it doesn't really get to a good time. And not for lack of trying. There were some nice efforts that were being made. You know, that's when HBO was giving you Spawn. who is originally a black character.
Okay, technically. He's
Technically,
black.
yeah. I mean, well, look at his face. He's black as fuck, man. I mean, look at you don't get no more black than that. I mean, that's almost racist. Where you can't the only thing that brother has to do is just smile now.
But even with that character, he was black, but then when he went to hell and came back, he was white.
Yeah, well, Martin, he started off as black. Even when and the brother was brown. They burned his ass, so he was crispy black. And they had some other things that were not bad efforts. They were just kind of mediocre shows. And Martin, here's where your boy comes in.
Mantis.
Martin must have watched, man. He couldn't wait. Man, what about Mantis?
That's the only one I
What
can
about
think
Mantis,
of.
man? No, they had a show called Mantis, which had a black hero who was in a wheelchair who couldn't do anything until he got into his super suit. You know, I'll give you something. The show wasn't that good, but at least they tried something different. He didn't have a rap theme. They gave his ass pan flute. That was wrong. They gave that brother the worst theme.
It was. Do you know what year this came out?
It was 96 or something like that.
No,
95.
They should have been doing better.
I
Than
know.
That then.
Shit, they give Batman, Danny Elfman, dun 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 dun, and the man just gets. He's like, okay, am I a kung fu master? Martin on air pan flute. You know, Martin knows every air instrument out there. This is where you just got to sit back and let him
All
zone
right,
out.
go ahead. let him get out of his system.
Martin's on the stage in his mind. I'm just sitting back.
I was killing out there, wasn't I?
He hears an air audience. Yeah. All right. Pickens was so slim. Even Sammy told me this. He's like, man, they were just making superheroes out of people who technically weren't. Like Mr. T, B.A. Baracus. They were like, well, shit, he bust through walls and everything. So that kind of counts from the A-team, man.
I mean, he's kind of like a.
He's like, say it, Martin. I'm like, what?
The first version of Vin Diesel and The Rock in the new Fast and the Furious movies.
Yeah. You know, man ain't got no superpowers besides busting through plywood. It's funny too, because you can tell how cheap this shit is. That's his power right there. Right. But somewhere somebody said, well, technically the A-team, we'll go ahead and call them superheroes. I mean, they kick people and they fly out of doors. So, you know, hey, why not?
Like you said, it was a team.
It was a team. So even then they were forcing heroes out of nothing. So you didn't really have a black superhero who had his own show that was successful unless it was a cartoon. But that's until your boy came in.
I was put in some tank like an exotic fish. Came out with
this cool ass outfit, this tiara, these nice handcuffs. Luke Cage, man.
Right.
Luke Cage on Netflix. It's funny how after all these years of having these superhero shows, these superhero movies, a lot of things are first. You know, Wonder Woman being one of the first female superheroes to that level.
Sure.
Making that much money. And Luke Cage being the first black superhero on television to have success of his level right here. And you could almost say that this paved the way for the person that we have coming up right now, which is Black Lightning. And Black Lightning ain't like he ain't been around. You're like, damn, it took this long for me to get a proper show. He's been out since 1977. Mm-hmm. There it is, Black Lightning, #1. Coming in there messing with his city. You know, it's always the same story. I got to get these dope pushers out the hood.
Well, he would have been on the Super Friends. But you know, had that character Black Vulcan.
Black Vulcan, yeah.
And they originally was going to make him Black Lightning. And then they went to the creator, Tony Isabella, and said, like, hey, this is what we want to do. And they were like, he was like, nah, I want you doing that with my character.
Yeah.
And they were like, wait, you serious?
Well, there was even one where I think he was supposed to, I don't know if it's true, I read this somewhere, that he was supposed to, they were going to give him a new storyline at the time where he was he started out as a white supremacist who turns into a black superhero.
Jesus.
And the white supremacist never realized he's done that. He'd like, people wake up and they're like, you saved that black person. He's like, I did? I should have killed that son of a bitch. Yeah, they tried to, something of that level, man. Okay, I don't know if that's true.
I've never heard that. I'm not saying you're wrong. I've just never heard it.
I could be. I don't know. You're the original funny book boy. I don't know these things, man. He's been around on television too. I mean, there's been different animated versions of Black Lightning. There he is, and I believe Batman, the Bold, and the
Brave and the Bold.
I was the Young and the Restless.
Because he was part of the Outsiders, so that was them doing.
And
Batman
that was
and the
them right there.
Outsiders.
And he was also he got his own feature, or short rather, on the internet back in 2012, 2013.
Well, girls, how do you like seeing your old man as a cool, butt-kicking crime fighter?
Like, that's kind of creepy.
Yeah.
But the animation's nice. The character looks cool.
Sure.
A lot of people have been expecting Black Lightning to take off in any moment. Some people, even before Luke Cage came into the mix, they thought Black Lightning might be one of the first. Well, he wasn't, but he's here now. And even though he's not getting anything like the Netflix treatment or the Black Panther treatment, a lot of people are saying, I'm looking forward to this because this is a first. Let's take a look at some of the trailer for Black Lightning on the CW, and then we'll come back, and Martin and I are going to give you a review. You saw it, right? Mm-hmm. And this only had one episode so far. Okay, that's what I thought.
I'm just trying to keep you safe.
Excuse me? I'm not afraid of the 100.
Yes, you should be.
Oh, they done mess with Black Lightning's girl. They done fucked up now, Martin. It's one of the things that I actually like when you start getting personal with a superhero. Like they say here, a retired hero. But now
He tried to retire.
They tried to, but you done mess with family this time. Now it's on. And listen, I mean, this is my opinion here. Because when I look at this, I'm just going to call it like I see it, which some people might not like this description, but for me, this is Luke Cage light. And I'm not, and whether I mean in a bad way or a good way, I'll talk about that in a little bit, but it is taking a lot of cues from Luke Cage, from superhero stuff in general. But with Luke Cage, I mean, there are moments where it feels like there are parallels between the two. One of the things I look at, for example, are like the villain. The villain that you have in this is almost similar, almost to dialogue, right down to dialogue, like Cottonmouth in Luke Cage.
Everybody wants to be the king.
Everybody want to go to heaven, but don't nobody want to die.
And, you know, when I see that, I'm thinking, all right, I mean, maybe that's intentional, maybe that's not, maybe that's a straight up jack right there. I don't know. But
It seems like it's kind of a trope to have the leader of the villains be someone who's also philosophical, because you don't expect them to be. You expect them to be a thug like everybody else.
It's also the trope that we find with these stories in general, especially when it's down to black superheroes. Let me see if I can find this one clip that I have right here, because they even it's right down to him, like not just being a black superhero, because Luke Cage has this in common with just black heroes in general, whether it's action heroes or whether it's superheroes or even a drama. You know, they always got to have time out for their woman.
Just a man who wants his woman back.
You're like, yeah, don't let that school principal shit fool you. I'll fuck the shit out of you. You know, I ain't in school right now. You know, this is you know, and then a lot. That's a kind of a trope with black male leads. Shaft to Luke Cage to Black Lightning. Even though that's the woman he's trying to get back, the true love of his life, his ex-wife.
Yeah, I mean, normally with all those other black heroes, the whole thing is to have him be something of, if not a womanizer, somebody that women melt for. And this is, it's actually the first time I've seen this where it's a more complex situation where she's his ex-wife now, and she knew he was Black Lightning before and just went to that, if you don't quit this shit, I'm quitting you. And then she really did walk out. But he is like, I still love you. I quit. Please come back.
Yeah, you know, what made me mad, first of all, that woman right there, Christine Adams, fine as hell. Mm-hmm. That girl was beautiful in this show right here. I thought that was one of his daughters. I was like, man, this shit really is creepy. He's like getting a little weird right here with his daughters, but no, it's his ex-wife. Second of all, she made me mad because he's been out there busting his ass, saving the city and the family, and she got mad and said, you might as well be a crackhead. Get out. He's like, that's a big comparison of a superhero to a crackhead.
Well, I know her comparison is you can't stop doing this, even though it's destroying your life.
No, the crackhead is smoking a pipe. I'm out there putting pipes on motherfuckers' heads.
It was a bit extreme what she said. Don't get me wrong. I was like, I'm sure you can find a better comparison to that.
Yeah.
You don't win an argument by being that hyperbolic.
Just like a woman.
Yeah. Plus, she waited till he's in a bathtub, shot and bleeding, and can't do nothing. It's like when your wife wants to pick an argument with you at 3 a.m. when you just going to bed.
Woman, I'm bleeding to death. Can this wait? No, hell no,
we
I
need to
can't
talk
wait.
about this right now.
Stop bleeding. Let's talk about this shit. Here's some cotton balls. Plug that shit up. Where you been? Who is she? What the fuck is she? I just got through fighting Cottonmouth. Cottonmouth. I bet she does give good Cottonmouth. Girl, if you don't get the fucking... this is I see these tropes all the time, and I see them, and I think like, all right, you know something, I don't want to go in and hold that against it too much because this is something that we see in there all the time. And I'm going to tell you that the thing that works with this here is that this is the difference is from something like Luke Cage. And as you said, a lot of these things where these guys are womanizers and lovers and, big action heroes that are nothing but muscle. This is Jefferson Pierce, played by Cress Williams. And like we were saying, man, the guy's a principal. Mm-hmm. He's in the father of 2 girls. Kind of reminds me of you a little bit. You try to become a superhero.
It's just funny watching the whole thing with the 2 girls, because I planned to watch it by myself, but me and my wife were watching it, and that one girl's acting out, and we just like,
I know.
My daughter was sitting there. We were like, "You better not do something like that."
Don't you ever do that. If I ever get superpowers, you better not fuck up like this. Have every villain at our house because you done messed up. Yeah, man. It's like if somebody decided to plug your ass up and you became a superhero. I thought about you, but. That this starts to become its own thing, hold its own when you have the character become something like a principal. Mm-hmm. Because even though he's about he's about the community. He's out to save the hood, but it's not a hood environment that he's in all the time.
Right.
He's all about the cause. He's woke or whatever y'all want to say. He's all about out there trying to save the hood, the projects, the inner cities. The only thing he's like, I ain't gonna live in the motherfuckers. Shit, I'm gonna put on this tuxedo and get right out to the suburbs. Principals can be badass too, man. We had that scene in Lean On Me when Morgan Freeman came in and whooped that dude's ass.
Come on, old man. I've been waiting for this. Come on. What's he doing back, Mr. Wright?
He yelled every line.
You want to kick that dude's ass. Now, hold on, Joe.
God damn it, you on door duty. That was his superpower. He's just yelling at people.
I love Morgan Freeman when he's scary.
I do too, man. He just yells at everybody. Shit, there was a scene in the movie where somebody just picked up some paper. I said, keep still. Do you remember that? Yeah. It was a teacher. He told him, you got detention. He's like, I work. I don't give a fuck. Yeah, he beat somebody's ass. That was mean Morgan Freeman. Uh-huh. That was pimp-ass, bitch-slapping Morgan Freeman. That's when he just came off of playing in Street Smart. He was still slapping hoes. Oh.
Used to call me Crazy Joe. Now they can call me Batman.
Oh, Bullhorn Man. With this here, man, I think what makes it powerful is that he has to question. I mean, look, I'm a professional black man with a nice job, nice home. And I got superpowers too, and I'm still getting shit from the cops.
Oh yeah.
The liquor store just got robbed. And I'm sure the description is what? A black man dressed in a suit and tie.
He's like, I'm about to cook you, motherfucker.
Yeah, I saw that scene. I was like, I don't need to have superpowers.
No, hell no. Because even he has superpowers. He's like, I better not do this, 'cause I'll get shot. Because I'll miss and they'll turn around and shoot me. He's like, I got superpowers, but I'm not bulletproof. And I thought, and that's a good message too. I mean, we're joking, but that is something that they also want to show you, that even though he has superpowers, not only can he mess up and still get killed, but it would endanger his family, and it would endanger his community. I mean, one of the things I liked about this is how there are activists on TV who are bringing in these just hints of the double standard for superheroes. They're like, why is Black Lightning seen as a vigilante? And then all these other dudes are seen as superheroes. Seeing that, it shows how that all these issues that need to be taken care of, This man is getting it from all ends. He's trying to save the community, trying to keep his family together, and also realizes like it's not always an outside problem. You know, it's a problem within the black community, and it's really hard to juggle all that. And that's one of the things that I really liked about the show is that all these things that you're mentioning and all these things that I'm mentioning right now, it's frustrating in real life. It's enough to make you crack, and you see that happen in the show. Where this is the guy who, for a lot of superheroes, you see them be in control of their powers. But, you don't see too many black heroes who are being called, hey, nigga, my power's off now, Or even you call him just something close to that. Like I like the part where he was trying to hold it, and they told him, man, get your black ass down. Like, what?
The cop looked at the one and he's like, why you say that?
He's like, man, why'd you have to go to black ass? Why'd you do that, man? He was getting down. Like those people running back. It didn't help, too, that the cop had to say black ass in slow motion. Get your black ass down, nigga. All right.
Well, every time somebody says it to you, don't you hear it in slow motion?
That's when I wish I had powers to do that shit right there.
Of course.
That's why black people don't need superpowers, man. We'd all be in Arkham Asylum by now. It's
or dead.
Or dead. They showed that frustration, man. I think they showed it well, and they showed frustration that you have when you have a lot of power too. It was, showing us a lot of sides of superheroes still that we managed that we didn't manage to see even in something like Luke Cage. This whole thing is like, I didn't want this. There's a lot of people who would.
Well, something else I think it has over Luke Cage is something with the CW shows, whether you like them or don't, they do have a lot of fighting, and they work a lot on their fight choreography. And here you have more action. Like with Luke Cage, I was always wishing there was more action or that it was better. And here, I thought they did a decent enough job with most of it.
Even taking Luke Cage out of it, it just has certain things and tropes and elements that you see in just every superhero, or almost every superhero movie or show, that it's kind of getting old a little bit. Like, every superhero having their own personal Alfred / Lucius Fox / Q.
Well, I think what we come to is that as a superhero, you can't do it alone.
And that's cool, but
you gotta have a team of some sort.
And that's James Remar's Peter Gamby. And what it is that they always have a guy that is the tailor, the suitor or whatever. The guy that's the tech guy. Yeah, like with this, this is the and it just makes me laugh because he ain't seen this man in years. And for some reason, they can always just pull a super suit out their ass. They always have the newest thing that they prepare for you in like 2 minutes.
I've been working on something new. Something better.
You're like, man, that's made out of Legos.
But it's like, wait, for the past few years, you just been working on stuff for me?
yeah. It's kind of stalkerish, man.
But I don't know. I guess if you were partnered with a superhero doing cool shit, and he just decided, I'm going to quit, you were like, no, this is too much fun. He'll be back one day. You'll see.
And he even said, your wife is right. You like a crackhead. Yeah, man, I've been having this suit ready. You coming back? Shit, I'm old. I need some fun.
Right.
And the other thing is that they gave him, being that he's a black superhero, they gave him his theme. It had to be a rap theme.
Stand up for something or fall for anything. Lightning came with no rain. I saw a superhero last night. He was black. He said, "This is for the hood. Black Lightning's back."
It's kind of badass.
It says what it's about.
Yeah, it means you about to get your ass whooped. That's what it says to me. But again, something that you always see. And going back to that villain, there are a couple of villains in here, main villains. The main one kind of feel conflicting things about, because on the one hand, the villain that we have in here, Tobias Well, played by Marvin Crondon Jones III, and he actually knows he looks scary. He gave himself the name Crondon. That is in quotes.
Oh, okay.
He's like, one day he just looked in the mirror and said, "Yeah, I look like a Crondon." So be it. But what I
You
can
never
say
see
about,
albino black dudes on TV.
well, that's the thing, man. Look, he's a typical mob boss, but I have to give him this: he excels in villainy. Like he got a 4.0 GPA in villainy school, man. This dude, because he's got all kind of things going for him in the villainy area. I mean, because he's got classic villainy going on. You know, he's got that James Bond classic villain where he just keeps tanks of piranhas around, so he can feed them to those who have failed him. You know, you have failed me for the last time. My piranhas look hungry. You know, he's right, man. He got that look. Look, this brother was born to be a villain. He is an albino, red-headed black man. You got the look.
Either gonna be a villain or a rapper.
Yeah,
I'm sorry, not a rapper, a reggae artist.
Or an underground mutant or something. You know, so he was born to do this. So I give it to him. He's got the look. And and plus he's raw too. I mean, because he just keeps shit around just to torture people. Like he harpoons his henchmen,
right?
Like fish.
Yeah, come on, man, you have to do that.
Yeah. So you
I love harpoons the guy. Now, when you get back out there, what you gonna do? Get back out there.
Yeah, even the villains, before that, he was just kind of like, you keep a harpoon lying around? Why? So you can't run when I'm talking to your ass. Come here.
I got a whale theme going on.
Yeah.
What kind of villain would you like?
The villain that's coming up right now. There's this villain in here who is, I guess, your sub-villain, your supporting villain. And his name is William Catlett. And he's like the lieutenant of the main villain. But unlike the main villain, who's, again, just for right now, a typical mob boss, this guy has complexity. You know, he's one of those guys who you don't know what he's going to do because he's got a code. He has respect for you when he feels like it doesn't cross a line over him.
Right.
Until he feels disrespected. I like that him and Black Lightning actually have
history,
a history and a relationship, and it seems like it's good until he just snaps in a second until you say one wrong thing that just gets him pissed off.
What's my name?
Well, you got your mind buried in them video games. Them white boys up in them neighborhoods that you selling in are being prepared to run the world and your black ass.
Okay, Latavius, that is enough.
You know my damn name?
By the way, his name is Lala, and he's like, yeah, you sure want me to say that, man?
No, I thought that too. You call it Latavius. My name is Lala. And you prefer that?
Yeah. So
I'll call you that, but it just don't sound right.
He's like, so what time do you going at the strip club?
Yes, part of him yelling at him, I was like, well, I feel like he's got a point though.
He has a point, but it's like, hey, look, man, stay in school, be respectful, do your homework, sell my drugs.
Right. All right, I'm with you on the first three.
Yeah, you're like, huh? What kind of school is this?
If you got time to play video games, you got time to sell my drugs.
Yeah, man. But so there's things here that it's staying in a familiar territory, almost too comfortable. But I do like for television that it works. They have the action scene in here near the end, that hotel scene. The action scene here. Oh shit! I didn't mean to go that. The action scene here where he is just going through the hotel, and I love it too because he's zap happy on people.
Zap happy.
Did you see that there were people who weren't even fucking with him?
I know. One of them, somebody probably looks out their door and they go back inside like.
Yeah, one dude, he's like, man, I don't even know you, man. He's like, I don't give a fuck.
Should have been here.
I like the way he walking by like, I don't know you, but you doing something wrong. You cheating on your wife or something, so take that. But the action, as you said, man, this is choreographed pretty well on a small scale for television. It's a nice small scale set piece for television. His daughters in the movie. I like the daughters here because of the dynamic that they have. It's always one daughter who's responsible, who's trying to do daddy proud, and there's one daughter who's always fucking up. And while I don't like both of them, because really the whole thing that gets started here is because one daughter is just, as they say in the show, you just a little fast ass girl who think you grown and know everything. I guess my last complaint before we wrap up is the main kid who's the villain, the head gang guy. They treated him like a bitch so much in this that I couldn't even see him like a gang member no more. He was an actor.
Sent your car?
Yeah.
It was nice.
Oh shit. He looking like You gonna fuck my car, man? And he's like, yeah, with you. Fuck! I was like, man,
He really fucked that kid up.
He ain't nowhere.
But hey, man, the guy did put his daughter in danger. He threatened to kill them both.
He put his daughter in danger, and it was funny because he was nothing. He been going through the whole movie. You need to be scared of me, bitch. And then everybody that got a hold of his ass, they just pushed him a little bit. Oh fuck, man, I'm sorry. It would be a matinee if we were to rate it towards our movie rental ratings. So yeah, but it's something that definitely wants to keep me in there.
Well, based on most movies we see, yeah, it would be a matinee. But based on the medium of television, especially network television, and in the CW universe, it's a full price. This is the best of these superhero shows they've done.
So there you go, people. If you haven't seen it, check it out. It might get you hooked on it. It really, as far as some of your television superhero shows, it is definitely one of the most ambitious that's out there, just because of the way it tackles the social issues that are out there.